As of this time, we'll open it up for questions. We'll try to get through as many questions as we can. And we will open it up first to Rod Beard.
Hey, Troy, obviously winning the draft is what you wanted to. What does this mean for your rebuild? What does this help?
Obviously, we get to add another young player to the restoration process. We're excited to be in this position. But it means that we got a lot of work to do, and we're going to be diligent about it. But it always helps to be able to add, the number one pick and such a talented group of players to choose from. So we're excited.
Next, we'll go to Omari Sankofa.
Right, for the lottery, Ben Wallace said that he didn't need a good left arm because he has a good left arm, but what did it mean to be able to have Ben Wallace represent the organization?
Can you repeat that again? I'm sorry.
Sure. Before the lottery, Ben Wallace, before the lottery, Ben Wallace said he didn't need a good left arm because he was a good left arm. Just what did it mean to have Ben Wallace represent the organization?
Meant everything. When they first came to me and asked who did we want to have represent us, Ben Wallace was the first name that came to mind. He epitomizes everything that we want to represent in this organization. He's a symbol for our players to look to. He represents the city in a first-class manner, but these players have a living symbol of what it takes to be a Piston. And Ben is team first guy. He brings his hard hat every day. And I mean, this guy was undrafted, now going in the Hall of Fame. So he's about everything we want to be about, and couldn't have picked a better person to represent us than Ben Wallace.
Next, we'll go to Keith Langlois.
Hey, Troy, I know you've obviously looked at all these players, but now that you have the number one pick, realistically, how many guys do you think you will be doing deep dives on to, consider exercising that number one pick on?
We'll look at everything. We'll look at 5 guys in the draft. We'll uncover every stone and exhaust it, and put ourselves in position to make the right choice for the Pistons. But realistically, in this year's draft, we'll look at 5 guys.
Next question will go to Vinny Goodwill.
Troy, you were pretty active on draft night last year as far as on trade market. That's something you will consider this year, considering you can control the top of the draft.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. We'll continue to have aggressive mindset. It might not yield as much as it did last year. Maybe it will, but we'll have aggressive mindset in this restoration process for sure. I mean, we won 20 games last year. We have to look at everything. We have to be aggressive. And we have to have the mindset to improve this team by all means necessary.
I will slide over to James Edwards.
Hey, Troy, you've talked a lot about trusting the process, putting together the right program, doing things the right way. As you mentioned, you guys didn't win a lot of games last year, but you guys didn't cheat anybody. You guys were in a lot of games. Do you think, are you into karma and the basketball gods doing right by you guys for not necessarily breaking the system or quote unquote tanking?
I'm just a believer, period. So however you want to slice the pie, you can slice it, caramel, whatever. But I'm a believer. I had tremendous faith. We were sitting in the room. I was ready for 6. I was ready for 5. I was ready for 4. I was ready for 3. I was ready for 2. 1 happened. I feel the same way. My faith doesn't waver. My belief in restoring the Pistons doesn't waver. So we're blessed and fortunate to be in this position, and we're going to take full advantage of it.
Now we'll go to Eric Woodyard.
Hey, what's up, Troy? How you doing, man? Congrats on the pick.
Thank you.
It's a 2-part question, man. Is there any pressure that come along with getting this pick right? And do you study franchise history at all? I mean, it's been, man, since Bob Lanier, since y'all had the number 1 pick. Like, can you learn from anything from history? And, you know, what's the pressure like with getting this and make sure you guys get it right?
I mean, it's pressure with every pick. I mean, I said it numerous times. Whether you pick, you pick 1, 7, 38, 16, it doesn't matter. I don't feel any pressure in getting it right. The pressure I feel is moving the Piston franchise forward. And we're excited about that. I don't listen to rhetoric outside on right and wrong picks, any of that. Straight true to our process, and we'll continue to do that. But we'll be ready to pick. I mean, I'm happy we have number 1 pick. Some people wouldn't be. I'm ecstatic, excited about moving our franchise forward. And so far as getting the pick right, I mean, that's what I was hired for. So we got to do our work and be ready.
Next, go to Justin Rose.
Hey, Troy, congratulations. You know, there's obviously a lot of talk about Cade Cunningham being, you know, the top prospect here. When you look at the 5 guys, that you don't have to give it the names, but when you look at the crop of the top 5 guys in this draft, how difficult will it be to kind of split hairs between all of them?
I mean, we'll vet it out and come to a conclusion and pick where we see fit. But I mean, there's a lot of talented guys at the top. So this is a draft that has a lot of talented guys. So we'll vet them all out and be ready to go. Obviously, he's a talented young man, and he's for sure at the top of the list.
And then we have time for one last question from Jennifer Hammond. Jen, we can't hear you, so we'll slide over to Stoney until we can get your audio back.
Yeah, Troy, was that the longest pregame show you've ever seen? What was your emotions watching it like we were?
I mean, like I said, I was ready for wherever we picked, so it wasn't long in me. You know, I thrive in these situations because of my faith. So it is what it is, and we're ready to go.
Who represented you guys in the actual room? I know obviously Ben was here, but how did that go?
We had our whole staff here in Chicago for the pre-draft camp. We had a room full of our staff. So no, it was like 20 of us in the room.
Isn't there a representative for each team where they actually make the actual pick before everybody else knows to make sure it's done?
Oh, yeah, John Phelps was in the room in New York. Yes.
Okay. So he doesn't call you beforehand, you find out like we do, huh?
Yeah, he can't take a phone in there.
Thank you.
We have time for a couple of quick questions before we go back to Jen. First, we'll go to John Macaron.
Hey, Troy, thank you so much. When the pick was revealed to be number 1, what was your first thought that you had?
Praise God.
Yep. And then my second quick follow-up would be, knowing that I know you're not going to tip your hand, but what would adding a player like Cade Cunningham do to this roster?
Continue to move us forward, continue to help us restore the Pistons. I mean, that's the goal. Whoever we pick, that's number one goal, is to continue to help us restore the Pistons and build this franchise back to where it once was. So
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yep.
We got a question from Corey Woods.
Hey, Troy, congratulations on the number one pick. My screen kind of froze, so I apologize if somebody already asked this question, but is there just one player that you just look out just from the tapes and the games that you've seen that you say that guy would be a great Pistons?
It's about 4 of them, 4 or 5 of them that I felt that way about going along this process. Now we're number one, so we get to pick the best one we see fit to move us forward.
And now we will wrap it up with Jennifer Hammond.
Thank you so much. Got that clean? Okay, I just wanted to know, you said you have your demeanor never changes, Troy, but what was your reaction, physical reaction, when you saw that Houston got number 2 and you guys got number 1?
I smiled and said, thank God. There was everybody else around me was ecstatic. But like I said, I just smiled and said, thank God. Get ready for this awesome challenge to continue to move us forward.
All right, Troy, thank you for your time. That'll wrap it up for tonight.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you very much again for joining. We will be in touch soon, and I hope you have a great rest of the night.